absolutely led me right where I needed to go there. Thank you.
All right. Should we begin?
We shall begin.
All right.
So, since mine's the first movie, maybe I should go first.
Well, let me introduce ourselves first because we need people to know what they're watching. Otherwise, it's just going to be nonsense. So,
So you introduce yourselves, and then I'll
I'm
introduce
going to
myself.
I'm going to introduce what we're doing and then we'll introduce ourselves. So, welcome to Retro versus Remake, a new YouTube series where two old men discuss movies from the past that were remade recently and whether or not that was something that needed to happen. My name is Josh, and you?
You go by both.
Who are
Hey,
you?
you. Are you the two old men then?
No. I am Josh. I'm waiting to find out who you are.
My name is Alan.
Welcome, Alan.
I hate introducing myself. My name is Alan.
No, it's weird. I know.
I'm, I know.
Are you enjoying a beverage while we talk about the movie today?
I am. I got some 40 Creek
Nice.
hiding behind the Diet Coke.
Local whiskey. I've
Yep.
got I've
And
got
of
a
course,
nice
if
I've
you're
got an
gonna buy it,
IPA.
always
What?
always buy the one with the extra bottle on it.
Good call. I've got an IPA from a local brewery. And
So you
that
make that sound so businesslike.
well, it is
Is that a
not.
number?
Is it a what?
Is that a number?
Is what a number?
It's my IPA number.
What's an IPA number?
Independent professional accountant.
I am not, and I don't know. It's a beer, as far as I know. Um, I thought. What does IPA stand for when it comes to beer?
India Pale Ale.
Oh, you're right. I have heard that. I did know that. Now that you say that, so I'll cut out the cough. So we are not a critic, and we're doing retro versus remake, a new series that we're doing, and we are talking about a pair of movies today called Masters of the Universe, the 1987 version and the 2026 version.
That is correct.
That is correct. So we're going to start this off, but we're just going to do a quick blurb each on the movies. The older of the two of us is going to tackle the 1987 version, and then I'll give a quick rundown of the 2026, and we'll go from there.
You keep alluding to me just being an ancient old man. Just because my beard is white, you remember, this was mostly caused by, okay, doesn't matter.
Stress related. I called you older. I didn't say ancient. I didn't say old. I said older.
At least if you said ancient, it would have alluded to wise.
Not necessarily.
All right, so I'm here to talk about 1987's Masters of the Universe and how it's actually a masterpiece thanks to one man. But I probably won't get into that part of it on this video, but you can see that video on my channel, Real 80s, edit that out, Real 80s Brunch.
We should find a way to link that in the video, have it appear.
All right.
So, Masters
So,
of the Universe, 1987.
yep. So I'm going to talk about 1987's Masters of the Universe and why it's actually a masterpiece. When you think of the 1987 Masters of the Universe live action movie, you probably think of campy 80s sci-fi with Dolph Lundgren wearing a leather harness and a plot that bizarrely strands He-Man in a small town California's electronics store. It is chaotic, it is wild, it is a cult classic. But buried beneath the lasers and the synthesizers,
Maybe you shouldn't have had the whiskey.
we need an out. These outtakes will combat that of what's that show with Sam and Dean?
Who?
Sam and Dean,
Supernatural?
Supernatural.
Do they have outtakes?
Okay. Yeah. Do they ever? Okay, so, but buried beneath the lasers and the
Do you want to start over? I feel like you're stuck there.
do I have to start over? I can edit it. I'll get synthesized.
You can do it however you want.
But buried. We've gone off the rails already.
A little bit.
But buried beneath the lasers and the synthesizers is a performance so genuinely incredible it belongs in a Shakespearean tragedy. First, the quick recap. Actually, I'm just going to do the quick recap. So let's just say the quick recap. Skeletor finally conquers Eternia and traps the sorceress. He-Man, Teela, and Men-at-Arms attempt to rescue, but get blasted across dimensions using a musical cosmic key. They land in 1985 New Jersey, actually California.
I was going to say, was that actually New Jersey?
I'm not sure where this leads me, if it was set in New Jersey or set in California, but filmed in the other.
Feels unimportant.
They land in 1985 New Jersey. Well, actually California, where a pre-Friends Courtney Cox accidentally finds the key. What follows is a chaotic game of hide and seek as Skeletor's bizarre alien mercenaries duke it out with He-Man in a high school gym and a burger joint, all while trying to open a portal back home for the final showdown. That's a quick recap, no real spoilers. You want me to say something about the end?
Go for it. It was 1987. I feel like if we're worried about spoilers at this time, you should have watched it earlier.
So eventually they do make it back to Eternia, where He-Man gets the power, fights Skeletor, and they vanquish evil. The end.
Solid movie.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else to add to that, or am I good to go?
You're good to go. This is just a quick recap.
All right, so quick rundown of the 2026 Masters of the Universe. We start with Prince Adam as a child on Eternia when Skeletor and his army attack and take Castle Grayskull. The sorceress sends Adam to Earth through a magic portal and instructs him to never lose the Sword of Power because it is his only way back home. Prince Adam promptly loses the Sword of Power and spends the next 15 years living on Earth, thinking about home, and trying to find the sword so he can return. He finally finds the sword, and then his childhood friend Teela comes to take him back to Eternia, where they team up with Men-at-Arms, Fisto, Ram Man, and others to take back Castle Grayskull from Skeletor. So I want to add a couple notes to the plot rundown that I feel are important. Unlike the 1987 version, 2026 Masters of the Universe puts a lot of focus on Adam's growth into He-Man, rather than having him just be already an established character. Also, there are fight scenes. A lot of fight scenes, and they're cool. And there are jokes, and the jokes actually land and fit the tone of the movie instead of undercutting it. This is a movie that is very happy to not take itself seriously at all, and it's better off for it.
Oh, so we weren't just recapping the movies, we were actually talking about it. Well, I can mention Frank Langella if you want.
I told you I was going to add a couple notes onto the end of mine, and I told you were welcome to. Would you like to address Frank Langella real quick right now, retroactively?
I'm sure I'll find a way to bring him in later.
All right. So we're going to discuss a couple things about the movie and then come to our conclusion. So first of all, let's talk about what the differences between the 1987 and 2026 versions were, and which one did each thing better, really.
Well, essentially, if you take away the part of the 2026 version where it is just Prince Adam telling his story at the beginning, we won't count that as starting on Eternia. So essentially, the differences is one starts on Eternia and transitions to Earth,
and spends most of the time there.
Yeah, and spends most of its time, if not all. Yeah, it's there a great deal.
Yeah,
and that's canon. See what I did there? No. Okay, and the other one spends most of its time, or starts off on Earth and moves to Eternia.
And spends most of its time there.
Again, just remember that first part is a memory, so we won't count that.
I think of it not as a memory, but as a prologue. So you've got your 2026 Masters of the Universe prologue with Adam as a child being abused by his elders. And then that prologue ends, he gets zapped over to Earth, and the movie begins with him on Earth. That's the way I see it. So we go from Earth to Eternia in one, and Eternia to Earth in the other. And I believe because going to Eternia and spending most of the movie there costs a lot more money.
Yeah.
So what do you think? How do you feel about the He-Man already being an established character in 87 versus us watching him develop into He-Man in 2026? What do you think was a more satisfying way to do that?
Satisfying is hard to answer because this movie was pretty good with He-Man, but the 2026 one. But 1987, and here's I'm just risking using the same pun again, but it is kind of canon that he grew up on Eternia as opposed to growing up on Earth. So
So in
I
the
don't know.
cartoon canon universe of Masters of the Universe that I know almost nothing about, he did not spend 15 years on Earth.
No, I don't think he did. I don't think they touched his childhood too much, to be honest. So maybe you hardcore fans, let us know in the comments down below.
Because there's cartoons, there's comic books. I feel like there's lots of backstory that we just don't know
Mhm.
as amateur old people who talk about movies on the internet. So side characters. What movie do you think did the side characters better? Because
Yep,
we've got Tila,
definitely
Men at
2026.
Arms are the Tila and Men at Arms are the primary sidekicks in both movies. Although in 1987 we spend an awful lot of time on Kevin and Janet. I want to say I don't remember her name. I know it's Kevin though, and I don't want to risk looking it up because last time we tried to record this, whenever I went to the internet, it blocked out my video. So
Or
we're gonna.
you're correct.
Am I correct? It's Kevin and Janet.
Yeah.
Good. You're just guessing, aren't you?
Yes.
Whatever their names were. I feel like those were two unnecessary protagonists. Oh, Al's looking it up.
Yeah. Julie.
Julie, yeah, that's what I said. Kevin and Julie. So instead of like we don't have in the 2026 version, you don't get those extraneous side characters. You've got He-Man, you've got Men at Arms, Man at Arms, and Tila, and then the funnily named sidekicks, and it works better. And then of course the villain, Skeletor and Elvira, Evelyn. Elvira's something else. Do you think
Yeah.
Kevin and Julie added to the story, or were they just unnecessary, like I thought they were?
I don't think they were unnecessary. I think they were put in because they had to, because they went to Earth and they needed some kind of connection,
I guess.
I suppose. I don't think they would have existed had they not had to rewrite the script and take it to Earth.
Probably not. I can't see those characters having existed on Eternia.
Unless that could be why they took the ending out of the original He-Man instead of having that spaceship and the flag and the map down in the depths of Grayskull. Maybe they were going to play. Okay, imagine this. Um, his name escapes me. Tom Paris.
Robert Duncan McNeil?
Well, yeah. So maybe Robert Duncan McNeil was supposed to play.
Oh, Kevin. You're trying to say Kevin.
No, Robert Duncan McNeil.
Okay.
Maybe he was supposed to have played a spaceship pilot.
Oh, I can really see him as a spaceship pilot now that you mention it. I hope
I don't
he
know if
takes
he'd
on
make it
that as
to
a
the
role
Academy on
someday.
his first go.
I don't know. I feel like he'd get kicked out of the academy, maybe sent to a penal colony,
Yeah. And then Jane name changed.
and get his name changed. Yeah. There's a lot of Robert Duncan. We have more Robert Duncan McNeil lore than we have Masters of the Universe lore at this point.
I think you do.
I do. You do too. You know just as much about him as I do.
Yeah,
So
but I know quite a bit about Courtney Cox as well.
I know that she was in a Bruce Springsteen music video. Do I have the right
I know
person?
she's in. I don't know. I don't watch Bruce Springsteen. I like rock, but I don't like him for some reason.
I don't like him
No
either.
offense, Bruce, if you're watching this.
Bruce Springsteen is not watching our video, Al.
No, he's not.
I've never been a Bruce
She worked on
Springsteen
Family
fan.
Ties, though.
Family Ties? I didn't watch that either.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on for a second. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Okay, so what else? Other than obviously budget, I feel like there was a massive difference in budget between these movies. I don't just feel like that. I know for a fact there was a massive difference in budget between these movies. So obviously, between the budget and the fact that things just look better now, obviously the 2026 version looked better. But
Actually, I think you might be mistaken.
That it looked better?
Um, no, about the budget not being massive.
For
So
which?
back when this was made, it had a $22 million budget, which I think they considered a massive budget back then.
I thought they were under budgetary constraints.
I guess the 22 million is considered massive for the type of company it was. So yeah, no, I guess in the
Okay.
long run, it's not really that massive
Massive
of
for
a
a
budget.
discount studio. So yeah, I mean the 1987 one was what it was, but there's really no way it's going to compete as far as how it looks. So big difference there. So let's cut to the chase here. Out of the two movies, who did a better job? 1987 or 2026?
2026.
Yeah, I think I agree with you there. This is supposed to be a discussion point, but I feel like with these two movies, there's not a whole lot to discuss.
No.
Like the 2026 movie is better. Like I think the old one, the 87 had its points. One of them is the actor that you keep talking about. What's one actor that set the 1987 one apart?
Oh, Frank Langella.
Yes. Do you want to talk about him for a second? Because I feel like you want to talk about him.
Well, a lot of people all said, "Why did you do this movie? The script is garbage." And Frank Langella agrees the script was garbage. But his child loved Masters of the Universe. He did it for his child, and he put maximum effort into it, much like Raul Julia did for Street Fighter.
Yes, we've talked about that, not on a video,
Yeah.
but amongst ourselves many a time.
Coincidentally, both of these movies, the '87 and 26,
Mm-hmm.
financially bombed at the box office.
Did the 26 one officially financially bomb? I haven't been following.
Yeah, it opened up to $54 million globally.
Like first week or total?
After two full weeks in the theater, it had made 86.1 million.
Now, as a poor person, that sounds good, but I'm sure the budget was significantly higher than that to make the movie, right?
Yeah, it would require at least 425 to 500 million to break even.
Wow, that's sad.
I don't know where
So
these numbers are made of from, but these are the numbers I got. Whereas the 1987 one opened up to 4.8 million and ultimately made $17.3 million worldwide from a $22 million budget.
so it still lost money, but it lost less money.
But it also did develop a following on VHS,
Yes,
and it got a cult classic kind of label.
but 2026 was still a better movie.
Yeah,
So here's the big question then, because this series, is called Retro versus Remake. So there has to be some versus aspect to this outside of just was this a better movie? Did the remake of Masters of the Universe need to happen? Was this necessary?
yes, just to set it on Eternia.
Okay, good point.
The people that it was tailored to were never going to make back the budget that they needed to make back.
Yeah.
So I think they needed to do a little bit before they released it to make it appeal to the younger demographic.
Oh, was this? Yeah, I guess this was aimed at the. It was. Yeah, I guess this was aimed at the younger demographic, wasn't it? I feel like it was aimed a
No,
bit at the younger people, but I think a lot of it was aimed at people like us, people like you specifically, who would have experienced this as a younger person. I'm not saying that I'm too young to have experienced Masters of the Universe and He-Man when I was a kid. I just wasn't allowed to watch it because the devil made it. So I'm specifically saying you because I don't have nostalgia for it. I wasn't allowed to watch cartoons when I was a kid, so I don't
wait a
have
minute.
what
Are you calling me a devil worshiper?
kind of.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, this remake, you'd say this remake needed to happen because this movie deserved to happen on Eternia, and we deserved to be able to see Eternia and Castle Grayskull and whatever He-Man's pet horse cat thing, the talking cat thing was
Cringer.
called. Finger?
Cringer.
Tinger?
Cringer.
Cringer? Cringer. So we deserve to see Cringer. We deserve to see Ram Man and Fisto and the guy with the neck and
Trap. Oh, neck and neck.
Trap Jaw, Trap Skull,
Trap jaw.
Trap Jaw, and I feel like yeah, all this
He can.
stuff that didn't happen in the 1987 version. I feel like the He-Man universe deserved to be seen.
Now here's the thing. One of the I don't know. They should have done a little more before it came out. I think maybe it was released by Amazon. They could have easily started a little series or a little mini series to get younger people involved into Masters of the Universe. Just a year before they released this movie, and then it probably would have had a better take at the box office. Possibly would have had a better take at the box office.
Yeah, I wonder sometimes with movies like this why they don't do more stuff like that. Like when this, okay, correct me if I'm wrong because again I didn't experience this firsthand, but movies like Masters of the Universe, didn't they have like an entire lead up of like toy lines and all kinds of stuff? Like isn't the cartoon and the movie and stuff, isn't that all based on like after years of these toys being marketed to kids, so kids already knew what He-Man was and were already He-Man fans before the movie even came out?
Yeah, Mattel had the toy line out, and it was toys definitely before the movies. I'm pretty sure before the cartoons as well. So there was a lot leading up to it.
Because they do it backwards now. They have the big like blockbuster movie come out, and then they do all the merchandising. What you got to do is you got to target your advertising at young children, and you got to get them hooked on a franchise or an intellectual property, and then you have to use that connection to your product to drag them into the theater with their parents to see your movie. Which,
Here's
now
the
that I'm
thing now,
saying that out loud, that feels like the kind of predatory advertising that people are trying to fight against towards children. But it would be effective. It would be an effective way to sell movie tickets, and it probably worked a lot back when it was considered morally viable.
Yeah, the difference between then and now, commercials are ultimately skippable.
That's true. You couldn't really skip them on TV back in the day, could you?
No, unless you wanted to go to the bathroom.
I guess, but who wants to go to the bathroom? Yeah, it was a lot easier to work your way into the minds of a child back in the 80s. Should we kind of leave
Yes.
it on that note?
I don't know. Did we do better than last time?
Yes, I think we did. But we can't say that because people don't know we already recorded this once and failed miserably at it.
I
So
got too many
final
notes for that.
so final conclusion, Masters of the Universe 2026, good movie. Yes, it needed to happen, and yes, it's a good thing they remade the 1987 version.
Yeah, they're both good. Mostly Frank Langella's performance kind of really elevated the other one, the 1987 version. But yes, the remake did need to happen.
We have a consensus then. Let's bring up the victory graphic, assuming we can make one, that 2026 won. You can make a victory graphic, right?
Sure.
All right. Thanks for watching, everyone.